Hey guys, how's it going? Kripparrian here. Today I'm going to give you guys my first real impressions of Kobolds and Catacombs, and it largely has to do with, as the title suggests, Dungeon Run. It's amazing. Because it is amazing. It is so cool. Overall, my first impressions of the whole expansions have to do with Dungeon Run because that part really blew me away. I think overall it was the best expansion day one I have experienced just from an entertainment perspective, and I think it's important to see where that comes from because the Dungeon Run experience is one that's accessible to everyone. If the last time you played Hearthstone was in Naxxramas and you want to check out the game today, you can actually do that through the Dungeon Run system at zero cost, with no commitment, with no pressure of any kind. You just play it and try to have some fun, and you explore what Hearthstone is today, and that is so cool. The Dungeon Run system is actually quite difficult. There is a lot of RNG. I think there's upwards of 40 bosses. I think someone said there's 48 bosses. I played Dungeon Run probably for about 12 to 13 hours out of the 18-hour stream I had yesterday, something like that. So I played a lot of Dungeon Run, and even, I think on my second last Dungeon Run, I encountered a boss I haven't seen before. So, you keep seeing them. I think certain bosses can only appear at certain difficulty stages, and that can get pretty intense. I don't know how much replayability there is to the Dungeon Run system, but I think for an average player, just playing it through once and completing it with each of the classes is probably going to take them between 40 and 80 hours. So even if there's no replayability, it's like 40 to 80 hours of really cool, very challenging Hearthstone unique content. So that's so cool, right? Right now there's like a Twitch Dungeon Run challenge going on, so it kind of pushed me to try it. And I'm really glad that I was pushed to try it. I do agree that the rewards are kind of bad. If you're not too aware with the Dungeon Run reward system, basically the way it works is once you've completed your 40 to 80 hours of dungeon runs and completed the dungeon run 8 out of 8 with every single one of the 9 classes, you will then receive a card back. That's it. That's all the rewards. There's 0 gold throughout the whole thing, not even if you win a game, nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's the only reward. So that part's pretty bad, and I have urged Blizzard to try to reconsider this reward system, even in person at BlizzCon in some cases. So yes, I think even if they do something as small as having the Dungeon Run games count towards your 3 wins for 10 gold, maxed out at 100 gold a day thing, that like people almost aren't even aware exists. Just a little bit of gold, just as if you were normally playing Hearthstone, something like that. I think that could go a really long way to a point where people just love the Dungeon Run content and await card updates so they can have new buckets within the Dungeon Run. Just a quick briefing of the Dungeon Run. I think I will be doing an episode series of completed Dungeon Runs for each of the classes, so you can kind of see general strategy, and I'll go over because it does vary greatly from class to class. But basically, there's 8 bosses. You gain health, and your opponent gains health as you go up the 8 boss ladder. Certain bosses can only show up in the later stages. The last boss, I think there's like 5 or 6, and some of them are. I don't even know how to beat some of them. Some of them are just so hard. There's a lot of RNG involved. You got to brace yourselves for that. But there's a lot of RNG in the deck building as well that can really be positive for you. So I think the strongest archetype is combining the double battle cry passive with Jades. That is ridiculous. Like someone said they had 6 Ayas and they had the double battle cry. I mean, you can imagine how Jades are just through the roof in that situation, like you wouldn't imagine, right? So you get to choose from a bucket. 3 different buckets are presented to you. You might get Jades, you might get like spells, you might get like low-cost minions, you might get like high-cost minions. They're generally themed. The only class that I felt had really crappy buckets was Rogue. I think Rogue is particularly high RNG. I mean, Rogue has Jades, so you can just hope to get Jades and just smash every boss like nothing. But, just an example, some classes I believe are much higher variance than others, and that was one that I experienced. And every few bosses, I think it's on the first, and every 2 or 3 you get one new passive. So the passive, basically, you want to try to have it reinforce what your deck type has begun. While there is, things like Jades are really insane, some of my best decks were not Jades. They were just very well themed. I think one of my best decks was Jades and Cthulhu. And it's because I had like the Death Rattle and the Battle Cry passives, and I had Death Rattles and Battle Cries for like every single minion, and you guys know almost all the Jades and almost all of the Cthulhu guys are Battle Cries. So it just so well synergized, and I had a few elements of the powerful archetypes, but you would think if you went all Jades it'd be much stronger, and it probably would be, but because it was so well themed, it was just crazy. So don't get frazzled if you don't get the archetype that you want. Just try to make your run as synergistic as possible. And some of these are not very clear. Like you might get a passive that increases the mana cost of your opponent's minions by 1. That basically is really good if you're playing a tempo deck, but in the later stages of the dungeon run, you can't just out-tempo your opponent because their passives, their hero powers of your opponents, they're just way too strong. Like one of the final bosses gets a 5/5 every single turn for 0. So you can't out-tempo that, right? So there's a little bit of planning, there's a lot of experience that goes into it, and I hope to share with you guys my wealth of experience once I've finished accumulating it, probably in the next few days of my dungeon runs. So for now, today what I wanted to highlight is my first dungeon run ever. It's a warrior run because I wanted to start from the top left of the classes and move along. I'm almost done with all the classes. I'm hoping to finish that today. And yeah, I did pretty well my first run, but there were a few perils, let's say. Enjoy. Check out Dungeon Run. Even if you haven't played Hearthstone for a really long time, log in today and check out the Dungeon Run system. I think you will love it. Enjoy the clips, and I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Dude, the first one's hard, okay? Oh, okay. Krip lost to a giant rat. My year would be made. Do all the basic decks, like, are they all the same?
Oh, big treasure. You is picking one. Only one. Make good picking.
These are garbage. First try, boys. First try. Easy game. HP. Sounds terrible. Alright, fine. Let's go with stealth.
Cards you are picking now. Cards for being in your dungeon.
Wow, those are some good cards with stealth. Elise, Nexus, Hemet. Grimy Emperor. That's optimistic. I think with stealth, this is crazy. Alright.
One dungeon run is to be fighting 8 monsters. One for each finger.
Sure.
Magni versus Frostfur. For Cosmodon!
I told you kobolds to... Oh, what have we here?
That kinda looks like crap. That's not bad.
As you be getting stronger, monsters be getting stronger. Pecuniary elasticity is an important part of Kobold Empire mixed market economic doctrine.
I hope you like my invention.
Who you want me killed?
Alright, so I have lethal now. Wait, they have stealth every turn? Whoa. Your minions have permanent stealth? Oh. Oh, that's pretty good then. Okay. Oh. I thought it was just stealth when you play them. Oh. Oh, that's pretty good actually. Alright.
winning more fights, be taking more loots is Kobold way.
I'm gonna die later. Alright. Bladed Gauntlet. I'm gonna go no on that one. Fine, let's go smash. Stealth turns off all your taunts. Whatever.
Magni versus Graves the Cleric. For Cosmodon!
Halt! I claim these treasures for the light.
What do we got? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I want, like, OP early game cards, or some kind of ramp. No, that's pretty good.
Battle detected.
Alright. All minions.
Battle commencing.
Fine. Does he not do that?
No problem.
Battle commencing.
Okay. Shaman super easy win. Well, the challenge involves doing it with every single class, so we have to learn all of them. It's not enough to just, like, do it with one. Why is he not doing that power? I don't understand.
Battle commencing.
No, I don't give a shit about his minion. I'm just gonna kill him.
Let the pain speak to me.
I feel bad. Battle commencing.
That was stupid easy.
To me.
Reinforce again? I don't like Ice Hell. I'm gonna try more end of turn effects. End of turn effects seem really strong when I have charge.
Magni versus Varrock the Thief. For Cosmodon!
In and out of the shadows.
3's not bad, but I have several 3's. I think I'm gonna chance it and try to get a 1 or a 2. It's just so important to get that early drop. So much for that. Oh, fared the same. Yeah, whatever. If he's gonna play the return game, we need some counterplay.
Drink with me, friend.
Fine. My advantage will accumulate. His will go away. Okay. I just keep buffing.
Never give them a target.
Good thing they got nerfed. pretty bad.
I feel bad.
Okay, I shouldn't. Fuck, that hurts. Alright. Uh-huh. Is he dead? 10. 17. Yeah, he's dead.
Battle commencing.
What the hell is that? I think I'll do the charge here. Divine Shield charge is pretty good with all the buffs I have.
Magni versus Lyris, the Wild Mage. For Cosmodon!
The flames will make you dance.
Oh, this is the asshole of Flame Wakers. Alright. Yeah, I kept Heroic Strike because Flame Waker. Oh, that's probably pretty good. Alright. Okay.
Are you ready for some fireworks?
Yeah. Yeah, we're ready.
Hammer time!
I serve the Fire Lord.
Spells are fun. So fun.
Is he dead? That's 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 14. He's very dead.
Who you want me killed? Hammer time!
This seems really easy. Okay, let's draw. That's some pretty sweet recruit action. I'll take that. You just lost the boss 8. Okay.
Magni versus George and Carl. For Cosmodon! Light's safe, Carl! Now look where we are!
If I'm drawing extra cards, I just want that card that recruits. I don't give a shit about the other ones. I just want to high roll this crap. What's this?
Job's done.
Oh. Oh, that's a little scary. That's for 2 though, so it's not free.
It's time for a little blood. Who you want me killed? Mount up! Who you want me killed?
There's like some lag right now. Why is there lag in single player?
duty.
Yeah, I think we'll just promptly ignore those. Buff that.
I feel bad.
Oh, did I miss lethal again? I'm so stupid.
Glory to the Sindora. Oh there. Don't I recognize you from Ungaro?
I feel bad, but
Oh no, not George!
I feel bad, but
Who you want me to?
Rip George.
By the power of Ragnaros, I have the power! Reporting for duty. Well played. I don't speak the stranger.
Is there a third one? There were 3 dwarves.
I feel bad,
No, there was not. Okay. Wow, that is super dumpster. I guess we'll take legendary. Okay. I don't like the lack of early game we're getting. I mean, we're just not getting early game. It's not that I'm not picking it.
Magni versus a trapped room. For Cosmodon!
This one is bullshit. Prepare for salty. GG. Really? What's this? I just want to see what it does. I don't know what it does. What? Oh, what the fuck? Okay.
battle detected.
Oh, fuck. Okay. That's... Oh, great. That's a great draw. Why do I have to draw this badly on this one?
Fungus among us.
Wait, what?
Back to work.
Okay.
The Wishbanger Mark 7.
I don't know, man. This looks bad.
I feel bad, but I
Job's done.
Alright then.
Fungus among us. I feel bad, but I don't.
Sure. Oh no! Oh! Oh no! Alright, I threw it. Throw! Throw!
It's okay. Better to be dying young than to never be dying at all.
Wait, what? That's totally not the case. What do I get for that? Nothing? What?